Good morning, boys and girls. Today is a great day at Stipes Elementary School. We have so many cool things happening today. I need to ask a favor of you, boys and girls. If you owe money for a lost library book, or if you found one of your lost library books, would you please come to the library right after the announcements today? I'll be looking for you and will help get all of our book problems settled. Thank you so much, boys and girls, for helping us out. Stay tuned for more announcements.
Good morning, Steps Stallions. I'm Nicole Hernandez. Today is Thursday, May 25, 2011, and we're coming to you live for the KGM studio. Our next anchor broadcast will be on Tuesday. Turn your TVs to Channel 7 every morning for the announcements. The lunch menu for today is Manager's Choice. Specials. Today's recycling day. Vince should be in the hunt immediately following the announcements. We will now see the pledges will be followed by the moment of silence and the weather report.
I have to say this. What a good job she did. She was looking straight ahead and there was nothing to read. She was doing that all from memory. Great job.
Please stand and say the pledges to the American flag and the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee. Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Good morning, Step Stallions. I'm Nicole Hernandez with your morning weather report. Today is Thursday. It will be sunny. The high will be 83 and the low will be 64. Weekend forecast. Saturday, partly cloudy. Sunday, partly cloudy. Now stay tuned for our Hero of the Week.
Hi, my name is Haley and my hero is Anne Frank.
Anne Frank was born on June 12, 1929 in Germany. She was a young Jewish girl caught in the middle of a terrible situation. Adolf Hitler became the leader in Germany. He was the leader of the Nazis who were prejudiced against people who were Jewish. Because of this, Anne and her family moved to Amsterdam, Holland, to avoid being harassed because of their religion. They were not safe for too long because the Germans invaded Holland in 1940 and began persecuting the Jews. Anne and her sister Margot were forced to go to a separate school for Jewish children. Anne's father was not allowed to own his business because of the new rules the Nazis made. In June 1942, Anne received a diary as a birthday present, and what she wrote in it showed the other side of her personality. The diary became a place where Anne could express her hopes, dreams, and fears. Otto Frank, Anne's father, had many fears too. He was afraid that something terrible would happen, so he decided to build a secret room in the attic of his business warehouse. Anne and her family were forced to hide in the summer of 1942 after Margot was ordered to go to Germany. Her family knew that this order meant Margot was to be sent to a concentration camp. To save the family, Otto Frank, Anne's father, had an attic in the warehouse of his business turned into a livable space. Anne and her family and 4 others stayed in this place for 2 years. Several people helped them by providing food and news of the outside world. All the while Anne wrote in her diary, she captured the details of her days in hiding and studied those around her. A part of her diary included short stories and a part of a novel. Anne explored her feelings and thought in the pages of her diary. As she wrote, she realized that she wanted to be an author when she grew up and that her experiences in hiding would make a great novel. Tragically, she did not live to see this dream come true. Someone let the authorities know about their hiding place, and they were all arrested in August 1945. Anne and her sister Margot were sent to a concentration camp called Bergen-Belsen, where they both died of typhus. A friend of the family had been able to save Anne's writings and gave them to her father when he returned to Amsterdam after the war ended. Her father later edited her diary, which was first published in Holland in 1947. Although she was only 15 years old when she died, Anne Frank has been able to touch lives of millions of people with her powerful writing. Her diary has been translated into more than 30 different languages and sold millions of copies since it was first published. Think about our hero for the day, my hero, Anne Frank. She tried to find the good in even the worst situations. She persevered through tough times and never gave up hope.
Thank you so much for sharing your hero with us. Anne Frank is just an inspiring person, and what a wonderful writer she was, too. We want to introduce to you two very special people, Mr. Caleb Woodard and Miss Jenna Heftman. They are principals for the day, and one of the reasons the reason why they are principal for the day is because they were the top contributors in our PTA fundraiser. So thank you so much for collecting all the money from your family and friends to help our PTA. We really appreciate it. They do have a couple of announcements. I know Mr. Woodard has something about dress for the assemblies. What do you have to say, Mr. Woodard?
Students in K through 4th will need to wear their school uniform for their award ceremonies.
So does that mean 5th grade gets to dress up for our assemblies?
Yes.
Okay, K through 4 uniforms. And Miss Heftman has an announcement in just a second, but before you go, Miss Heftman, if it's okay, I'd like to ask all teachers, if you do not have students right after the second kinder assembly at 10:15, if you can come to the cafeteria and help us get the tables ready for lunch, we would really appreciate it. And those are all the announcements. 5th grade, I know you have your party today. Remember, you are Stipe Stallions, and we still expect you to live out the Essential 55. Make our school very proud of you. I know you will. What an outstanding class you are. And Ms. Heftman, you have what announcement?
Stay tuned for more announcements to some wonderful books you will be receiving for the summer. Everybody else, turn off your projection screen.
Projectors, that's right. That 2nd grade, that was for you. You have a special announcement about our summer reading club, so you'll want to leave your projectors on, but everybody else, go ahead and leave them off. Those are all the announcements I have. Now we're over to Miss Maccabee.
Good morning, 2nd grade. Dr. Seuss wrote, "The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you'll go." I'm Mrs. Maccabee, and I have some good news for you. This summer, thanks to Irving Reads, each one of you will have a chance to learn new things as you read the brand new books that you get to take home on Friday. That's right, tomorrow you will get to take home your very own set of books. In the book Library Mouse, you will get to read about Sam, a little mouse whose love of reading leads him to write his very own books. When people talk about telling time, they don't mean, "Hey, time, I've got something to tell you." No, telling time just means saying what time it is. And by the end of the book, Telling Time, you'll know how to tell what time it is. You might get to read about the destructive force of hurricanes, or about Alexander and his terrible, horrible, very bad day. You might get to read about planets and test your knowledge of space in True or False Planets. Now, when I read something good, I love to talk about it with my friends and family. And I know that all of your teachers and friends are going to want to hear what you think about all of these great books that you received. So you'll have a chance to tell us on the Stipes Reads blog. And Mrs. Richardson and I will give you some more information about that next week. Plus, as you read your books, be sure to mark them off on the special Scholastic bookmark that you'll receive. And there's a place on the bookmark to put your initials and the date that you read the book. And when you come back to school in August, you're going to show that bookmark to your teacher, and you're going to receive a Stipes Reads dog tag. We look forward to hearing next year about all the things that you learned and the places that you've gone. Happy reading!